Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everyday Energy. My name's Kian Patel. I'm a holistic health and life coach. And this podcast is all about health and wellness with tips and tricks you can use to optimize your mental and physical well-being. I'm very excited today because I have a guest, my first ever guest. Her name is Effy. I met her at the retreat a month ago. And yeah, would you like to introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about you, Effy.
Yeah, definitely. I'm so excited to be here today. And I love that I gave you the loving nudge to make this podcast live. And I've absolutely loved listening to it so far. So I am
Thank you very much.
Effie. You are so welcome. I am a holistic life and empowerment coach. I do support mostly women to get back into alignment with their true path and purpose, to manifest their deepest desires, and basically create a life that you're absolutely obsessed with. And the way that we do this is by embracing your feminine energy. So we're so used to our masculine energy, which is all about doing productivity, action, and we so need that. But feminine energy has been forgotten about. This is like our intuition, our creativity, our cyclical nature, living by the moon, looking at our period cycles, and really connected with who we are authentically as well. So we are most magnetic when we are being our authentic selves. So yeah, coming back to that, because we've got so many layers that we've taken from society and elsewhere of who we think that we should be. So we want to let go of all of that and be our weird, wonderful, wild selves.
Absolutely love that. And I love how you've taken your own spin on health coaching because we went to the same school, Institute of Integrative Nutrition. It was like an American-based online nutrition school and health coaching school. And they teach us a certain way, but they do say eventually you'll find your own way of coaching. And I love the way you found yours because it's very different to everyone else. I don't know many people who are doing like the empowerment and manifestation sort of stuff. So I absolutely love that. I'd love to ask you, how did you get to this point? What's been your journey? So how did you start health coaching and like how have you come about to this position?
Oh, it's been such a journey. I would say, I mean, I think that our journey it pretty much starts from birth on becoming who we are, and everything that we learn, everything that we're interested in is like part of our journey. So I love to do a timeline and look back. But one of my like major points in my life was in 2020, and I know this is the case for a lot of people, the COVID period, but I was like burnt out, overworked, I was overthinking all the time, worrying, had health anxiety. I was always worried that something bad was going to happen to my health. I was going to get cancer or like some other disease, in a very like fearful state, really. I was
Yeah.
crying most of the time. On the outside,
Oh,
my life looked really good. Like I had really good
yeah.
friends, I had a partner, I was living the other side of the world because I do live in New Zealand, even though I'm English. And I was just like busying myself, like going to the gym, socializing, never spent any time connecting with myself. And then I had a bit of a moment where I was like, surely life gets to be better than this. Like, I shouldn't be feeling like this unhappy in my mind, like constant to do list all the time. And that's when my manager at the time, when I worked in recruitment, put me in touch with a women's life coach online. And I started following her and joined one of her 8-week online women's programs. And that really changed everything for me. It was
Wow.
connecting with your feminine energy, which was like a concept that was just like bizarre to me because I was very much like in my masculine energy, like I must do, nothing will get done if I don't do it. And like if I don't do this, something bad could happen. So a lot of it, yeah, just really connected me back to like myself, connecting with my inner wisdom, and then also like spirituality. I'm a spiritual girl, and a spiritual mindset like changed my life. I went from a complete state of like fear and worry and like this health anxiety to being in this state of like trust. Everything's happening for me. Everything's supporting me to get back into alignment. Like even if something bad happens with my physical health, that can actually help me. And
Mm,
yeah, that was
yeah.
like life changing for me. So that took me down a rabbit hole into like spirituality, health, because I felt like a lot of the stuff I found out was stuff that you don't get taught. Um,
Yeah. Never at
like the
school.
mind
Like
body
when would you
connection.
learn this at school? Never.
You don't. And I was
No.
like, wow, like why am I so scared? Because the news and like that is telling me that I need to be careful because like 1 in 3 people get cancer, and if you don't eat this and you don't do this, then you're gonna
Mm,
get this. And like I just like internalized all of that, like, oh my God, I have to be perfect, I have to do all these things, otherwise something's gonna happen. And then just to come into this, like, oh, life actually could be so much better, and like the way that we perceive it. And like we can actually calm down, do less, and just like enjoy life more. And then I was like, okay, I need to tell people this. Like, people need to learn this. And I had a bit of a light bulb moment, like when I was working with the coach, which was, I could do this. Like, I would love to do this. So then I, yeah, looked up all the programs that I could do, and IIN was like the number one that I
Yeah.
could see as I researched. And I was like, I want to do that. At the time, I didn't know exactly what I was helping people with, but I was like,
Yeah, I was in the
tell me
same boat.
everything.
Yeah. Well, I love how you at first you're like, okay, well, bad things could happen, but you sort of just let go and you accepted the universe and you accepted your fate and realized that actually things will happen for a reason. And I think a lot of people hold on to like the facts and the news and like the things they're told by the doctors and things, but actually anything is possible. And you're showing this through your coaching and your women's circles and the things you do. So I think that's really, really inspiring. And yeah, it can help a lot of women, especially young women who are maybe a little bit lost in the world, or even older women. It can really give them a bit of a path to follow and a bit of inspiration that you can do anything you want. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and
thank you for sharing. Yeah, go on,
also
sorry.
no one knows us better than ourselves, and I think that's
Exactly.
our guide as coaches, is to guide people back to themselves, you know, back to health, back to your inner knowing, back to listening to your intuition, because that's what's going to guide you to where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, 100%. And our bodies know us best. Like our brains know what to do. We just have to put it in a state where we can allow it to actually do what it needs to do.
Our bodies are
So
always giving
yeah,
us signs, and I loved
so
learning that. I
many.
was like, oh, the body is like trying to help us, you know, the physical
Yeah,
symptoms are there to support us, to help us get back into alignment. And I know that
yeah.
that can feel a bit triggering to some people if you've never heard that perspective before too,
Hmm.
because you
Yeah.
might be like, oh, I've got this like illness that I've had for like ages, and it's not going to help me. But I invite you to just think, what if it is? And what if you could even explore that avenue? Because I know so many people have struggled with doctors just telling them, this is just it. You've just got to live with
Hmm.
this. And
Yeah.
that, I don't believe that's the reality. I believe that like majority of things can be changed.
Yeah, 100%. And there's so much stuff going on in the world, like toxins, negativity, and like, you kind of have to block it out and almost just focus on yourself and do the things that actually give you positive energy rather than letting negative things in your life, negative people. You have to really protect your energy. I've got a tattoo about it, protect your energy. That's how much I believe in it. But yeah,
Love that.
honestly, I love the coaching you're doing. I also wanted to ask you what inspired you to like start helping others? Because obviously coaching is it's very rewarding because you can help others. What was like the moment that inspired you or the reason?
It was definitely when I did that coaching program, when I
Okay.
experienced the magic of what it's like to be in those spaces. And then I was like, I want to give this to other women.
Yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. And you're giving
I'd love
back.
to
And it does feel,
hear
yeah, go
what
on, sorry.
inspired you.
What inspired me, I think it was honestly, it was how I'll tell you on your podcast more, but I'll go into it a little bit now. I was quite at a low point at uni and I realized actually there's so much more I could be doing to help myself. And the things that I did to help myself, I now want to teach other people if they're in similar positions, like really burnt out, very anxious, stressed. There are very simple ways you can actually help yourself. And it starts by focusing on the things that actually make you feel good. I know it sounds very simple, but there are a lot of things that make you feel good. There are a lot of things that make you feel bad. And I'm not trying to simplify it, but it is as simple as that. Just do the things that make you happy and that make you feel good. Um,
It really is quite
yeah,
simple at the end of the
yeah,
day. But the thing
yeah.
is, a lot of people like aren't doing these things, and it does really support us. But I totally agree. A lot of the time, the things we're inspired by is, you know, supporting people with the journey we've been on, and that's it for
Yeah,
me. It was my
yeah.
kind of two areas were getting balance within my life, which was having a holistic approach, because I was very
Mhm.
focused on like, you know, work and like physical health, but I wasn't really as much into like, you know, mental health, like connecting with my emotions, spirituality, and just like having a holistic approach. And that balance of the masculine and feminine energy, game changer. And then also like
Yeah.
discovering what my purpose is in this lifetime, because I think for a
Hmm.
while I was feeling lost. Like, what am I supposed to do? Am I just supposed to be in a dead end job for the rest of my life because that's what everyone else does? So
Yeah.
then when I found this like career that I love, I was like, wow, like
Hmm.
I want to support other people as well to like do something they love with their time. And it doesn't have to be your job, but we want, like, we spend so much time working, like we want it to be something that we enjoy doing and using
Yeah.
our gifts and strengths in this world too.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And the health coaching, like the being a health coach and a life coach, what's amazing is obviously you're teaching others, but the knowledge you learn you can use in your own life, and
Yeah.
that's the best part of it because you're like, wow, okay, I'm helping others, but I'm also becoming a lot more healthy and a lot more happy. So it's
You're your
really
own
nice.
first
And
client.
yeah, it's rewarding. You're your own doctor basically because you
Yeah.
don't you've research and you figure out how to fix things your own way, which is really nice. And you can go to the doctors, and obviously medicine is important. You can take a pill, but you don't get the wisdom that comes with it. When you're working on yourself and you teach yourself things, you get that wisdom and you learn spiritually and emotionally way more. So I think it's really, really cool. What sort of clients do you work with? I know you said women, but particularly, is there any particular type you work with, or is it just any lady or women that wants help?
I don't have like a particular age bracket. Majority of women I've worked with are from like, mid to late 20s up until like their 60s. So they're, yeah, I feel like you feel the call, and if you feel drawn to me and my energy, then you're probably supposed to work with me. But it tends to
Yeah,
be people who are, maybe you're overworking, overthinking, very in more in your masculine energy, and you want to connect more with your feminine energy. You want to get back to, um connecting and living with your cycles, like listening to your intuition, and yeah, basically like attracting and manifesting things to you rather than like pushing and force. So learning to receive, yeah,
hmm
women can who
yeah,
want to connect to their feminine energy.
yeah. So basically, you don't have a particular group. It's whoever comes to you and is the right time, you're there for them.
I feel like most people that are drawn to me are people who are open to like spirituality. They want to do
Yeah,
things in a different way. If you're
yeah,
like, yeah, very closed off to that, you wouldn't be drawn to me because like I
yeah,
pull oracle cards for all my clients in our sessions.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm looking back at the spiritual and the emotional cause of different pieces. And yeah, like quite an intuitive woman as well.
hmm Yeah. I think
Um,
the biggest thing I learned as well, touching on what you're talking about, is I get frustrated sometimes. I want to help a lot of people, but I realize actually not everyone wants to be helped.
yeah.
You can only help people who are open to receiving and actually want some advice and want to grow a little bit. But there's no right or wrong thing to do. It's just that point will come at a certain time for people, and it's different for everyone.
Yeah, and ready to work with women who are ready to make change. You actually
Yeah.
you've started doing it already. Like a lot of the women, like you're already like dabbling in a few things, like maybe you're journaling, doing the odd bit of meditation, you're like working on your physical health, and you're like, okay, I'm already making the steps, but there's still more. I want to dive deeper.
Yeah, 100%. Love that. I wanted to also, because this is how we met. I wanted to talk about the retreat. Because it's been a month, about a month since the retreat, just over. How has life been coming out of the retreat for you?
Life's been good. Yeah, really took from the retreat to get even more out of my mind. I think on my journey over the last few 5 years, I've really made my mind such a positive place to be. But the retreat reminded me that I'm still thinking probably more than I should be, like more thoughts coming into my mind. And I've loved the practice of like labeling, letting go, and like bringing that
Yeah.
into my everyday life. But, and also enjoying the everyday pleasures, when everything's
hmm
stripped back from you, and
Yeah.
like there was so little that we could do, like no phones, no journal, just, as you say, in our minds every day, but not even really allowed to think. That it's
hmm
actually really nice to just like enjoy all of the small moments and all of the things that you can do.
It was so peaceful, wasn't it? It was so nice. It was
Yeah. How
honestly
about you?
beautiful. Oh, his life's been incredible since the retreat. Like it was good before, but after, I think my mind's just a lot clearer. And the main thing I got from it, the noise in the back of your head that has been there for a while. That just it didn't go, but it dimmed a lot, and it was a lot less. So it allowed me to do the things I actually wanted to do for a long time. And the podcast was one of them. I remember I chatted to you at the end of the retreat, and you were like, "Yeah, you should come on my podcast." I was like, "Oh my God, I've been wanting to do a podcast for years. I just haven't done it." So you kickstarted me to do that. So yeah, thank you for that. And during the retreat, do you remember? Actually, I'm going to tell you quickly about what another takeaway I got and how life's been. I've been a lot more equanimous. So do you remember what Dimitri said? Dimitri was our meditation teacher. He
Yeah.
said, be equanimous in situations. For people that don't know what that means, it means calm and composed in stressful situations. Now, this is so important in life because you're going to be stressed all the time. and things are going to come in, like negative energy is going to come. We have to stay equanimous and just keep moving forward. So that was the biggest thing I took away from it. Yeah. Oh, do you remember during the retreat? I said to you at the end, the thing that kept me going was literally smiles and like an eye contact, because at the beginning they said you shouldn't make eye contact, like you should be a robot, like staying down. But the odd time I'd look over to you and get a little smile, I'm like, okay, good. Today's gonna be a better day.
It's
Definitely
so
kept me
funny.
going.
It's so funny because when I was younger, I was such a good girl. Like that is something I've had to get over, is that being a good girl is not always going to work out for you. We don't have to play by all the rules. So I'm here to break small little rules. And yeah, I was
Yeah.
loving smiling at people. It
Yeah. And what's a
does.
smile? What's a smile? That's nothing.
Yeah. I also love what you shared there about the podcast, and I really want to share that when you go to these events that you feel drawn towards, that is when you're going to meet your people. And
Hmm.
yeah, it like
Yeah,
a lot of the
100%.
time the content will, get you back into alignment, but that's you like being like magnetic as well. Like you've been wanting to go like start your own podcast, and then for me to just bring it up and start talking about it there and then, it's like, come on, the universe is doing something here.
Yeah, 100%. And I met a lady there as well, who I've been wanting to teach meditation in schools for years. And that was her plan as well. She's about to start a project. She was like, we should combine. I was like, what? That is crazy. Like, so that is good. We're going to work on that. And in a few months, hopefully start teaching meditation in schools. So that's pretty exciting.
And this is your reminder about listening to your intuition too, and doing things that are illogical, because logic can only
Hmm.
get us so far. We would never
Yeah.
have joined the retreat thinking, oh, I'm going to go there, meet friends that I'm going to start podcasts with, start teaching meditation in school with. You go for yourself, but you're drawn
Yeah.
there for multiple reasons. And
Hmm.
yeah, what you can get out of it just, yeah, is beyond your wildest
Yeah.
dreams.
Why did you book it? How did you even like come across it?
So I was asleep one night because I'm in New
Yeah.
Zealand, my mum's in England, and my mum had texted me saying, I'm thinking of doing a 7 day silent retreat. Do you want to come with me? And then she texts me 5 minutes later, still while I'm asleep, saying, I've booked it. Hee hee. That was just for her. So I hadn't, I hadn't booked on yet. But as soon as I read that message, I knew I was going. For my
Oh,
30th
nice.
birthday, I had given myself a list of 30 dares or challenges to do. And one of them was 1 day of silence. So I hadn't done that yet. And I thought, fuck it, do seven.
Do seven. Do seven. Yeah, I love that. And it's so nice and wholesome. You went with your mum. Like that's amazing.
It was so cute. Yeah. Loving
What a
nudge.
great idea. Yeah, what a great idea from her as well.
Yeah, definitely. My mum's really into like meditation and yoga. After she got insomnia about 10 years ago, it really
Hmm.
guided her back on this like spiritual path. And I feel like a lot of people are guided back on the spiritual path, but
Yeah.
yeah, often it does happen after, more traumatic times, but it doesn't need
Hmm.
to.
No, yeah, you can do it whenever you want.
Yeah.
And my thing is with the retreat and like meditation and all these things, everyone can be like a 8 out of 10 happiness. You can be really happy, but there's always little things you can do to boost your positivity. So you can get to the 9, the 10. Like there's always little things you can do. Like you're never like in the best you can be, the best version of yourself. There's always little things you can do to improve yourself. So yeah, that's why I
Oh,
booked it.
it's a forever journey.
Oh yeah, yeah. Every day's a lesson, isn't it?
I'm still doing stuff now, and I'm like, I could use some healing in that area of my
Yeah, yeah,
life.
yeah. Because although we're health and life coaches, we're not perfect. Like, do you know what I
No
mean?
one's
We still
perfect.
mess up. No, we still mess up. We still do things, and that's what's important for people to know. Like that, no one's perfect, so there's always little room for improvement. And yeah, if you make a mistake, oh, what I learned from the walking meditation is keep just taking one step forward at a time. If it's a big step or a small step, so one day you might do nothing, not very productive, or one day you might do loads. Who cares? Just keep moving forward and keep your head up, and yeah, life will be good.
Yeah, definitely. I loved a quote I saw before, or a tool that said, some days you only have 20%. So if you used like you do 20% that day, that's actually you using 100% of what you've got. And this comes back
Hmm.
to like this cyclical living, is like we're not supposed to just be like good, 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 happy, happy, happy all the time. That's just not the reality. And it's the direction that we're going in that's way more important than the speed.
Oh, 100%. That's a really good quote. I'm gonna put that on my wall tomorrow. I've got a wall of quotes. I'm gonna add that one.
Love it.
That is so good. That is really good. What is your favorite part of the retreat? I'll tell you mine after, but I'm interested to know what was your favorite part?
Mm. I mean, it's not gonna sound. I feel like it should be a different part, but I love
No,
the
who
food.
cares?
Lunch was my
Okay,
favorite
yeah, yeah,
part of the
yeah,
day. The lunch was
yeah,
delicious, and I'm a big foodie. And then I love
yeah.
the sauna sessions as well, and going for a swim
Oh, yeah.
afterwards. And I love just like obviously we couldn't speak, but just seeing all the women in the water, and I was like, I just felt like we were like wild women, and this is how I'm gonna live my life. And I just felt like
Hmm.
it was more of a future vision of rituals and living in community and being surrounded with all these like-minded people, and I was just like, yeah, this is the life I want to lead.
Yeah, that is incredible.
What about you?
So my favorite part of the retreat was actually in the last day when we broke the silence and we were all sitting there together. There was about 50 people, and it was our chance to go up on the meditation cushion and actually tell our story and our experience of meditation. And that was actually the most beautiful experience ever because you've never heard any of these people for 7 days. You don't know what people like think. You don't know what they do in life because it's all in silence. So hearing everyone's experience and their stories of meditation was really empowering. And a lot of people day to day have a lot of struggles and issues that they go through. And a lot of these people in the retreat talked about how meditation has actually saved their life and helped them in so many instances. And I thought that was really nice. And I think there's something really special in sharing because problem shared is a problem halved. So it was really nice just to be able to take that weight off your shoulder and just let it go. And when you're during this retreat and you're silent, you have a lot of thoughts. So it's nice just to really let that go and let that weight just let it all off, and you feel a lot lighter mentally and physically. So I really enjoyed that. Did you enjoy the sharing part, Effie?
Oh, I love the sharing. It was so magic. This is one of my favorite parts of holding women's circles and events is hearing people speak. And yeah, it's so funny when you don't even know what someone's voice is going to be like. Like, what's their accent? Where are they from? After the silence. But yeah, it was so special to be able to share how, yeah, what our experiences were and then hear from everyone else's. And often we're surprised about what people's experiences are. Like you shared, some people have really struggled, and yeah, we could hear that. And I love the laughter as well. We're all giggling at like different experiences we'd had because often they are very similar too.
Yeah. And do you remember that guy who was swearing loads and everyone was shocked? Everyone was like, "Oh my God, someone's swearing! Like we haven't spoken for 7 days." And someone was like, he swore a lot, but it was that's just his character and like that's his way of expressing himself. So it was really funny. It's and to see the shock on like that lady's face. I don't even know her name, but she was just like, "Oh my God, like what's just happened?" That was really funny.
Yeah. And then I
But
know
yeah.
as well you loved the little moments like throughout the retreat of connection. Like we couldn't speak, but we still were like smiling at each other and like yeah,
Yeah, 100%. And it was so nice just being able to like just even eye contact, like make smile at someone. It's just really powerful, and like it does help you get through the day a lot. And I think little things like that in life are really important. We don't think about them a lot, but just even giving someone a hug day to day, or just giving someone a compliment, it can really change someone's mindset. Like on the street when you're walking around, sometimes I'll just give someone a compliment. That comment, you don't think of it as much, but that could have just made their day. Like, and it's such a simple, free thing to do.
definitely. I did miss physical touch actually as well, probably more than speaking. A
Yeah.
hug.
Yeah, yeah. I was hugging so many people at the end, and it felt so good. It just felt normal, and it just felt right. Um,
Yeah.
so we spoke a lot about the retreat. I wanted to talk to you a bit about manifestation because I know that's your thing. And I read a book called The Secret a year ago. Have you read that book?
Yeah, I've read that one.
Yeah, and that book changed my life, and I learned so much from it and about manifestation. But if you don't mind talking a little bit more about manifestation and yeah, some ways it's helped you.
Yeah, amazing. Oh, manifestation is one of my fave topics. It's something that I've got into in the last few years, and really after I started connecting with my feminine energy, I realized that what I was doing with a lot of my clients was supporting them to manifest, kind of by accident. So for me, manifestation is well, it's obviously bringing what you want to you. Like manifesting is like, how can I, yeah, receive what I desire? So really, that's the journey I do with my clients, and the steps that I take them through are vision, align, heal, receive. So vision is like we create a vision, a holistic vision for your life. Well, this is what I do with my one-on-one clients, but if you're looking to manifest one particular thing, maybe you want to create a vision for, that area and really dive deep. Like, so if I'm thinking about a dream man, because I know that a lot of people, this is what they want to manifest, or a dream partner, relationship, you want to know exactly what you want. Like, write down everything. Like, this is everything I want. I don't have to compromise. These are like the non-negotiables. So that's the vision. Because if you don't know what you want, how are you going to know if you receive it? Then second, it's getting into alignment to be able to receive it. And this is the stage that like is different for everyone. So it's aligning your mind, body, energy, and actions to be able to receive it. So there's a lot of like, how can I shift my beliefs? How can I look at what my thoughts are? And like, is that supporting me to, receive what I want? Our body. So a lot of it is like, how can I feel safe to receive this? And this does link to the healing stage as well, because a lot of the time there's blocks between what we want and why we're not getting it. And a lot of the time it's because you don't feel safe to receive it, or there's part of you that doesn't actually want it and is happy where you are right now. So it's like identifying that, as well as like, what is the identity that I need to have to be able to receive this? Who am I being rather than just what am I doing? Obviously aligned action as well. We do need to take like those small steps to be able to get to where you want to be. And then the last piece with aligning is energy. So yeah, a lot of that is like raising your vibration, your frequency to become like an energetic match for what you desire. The healing I kind of touched on there is like, yeah, healing what's in the way. And we do have to dive into like shadow work and like subconscious pieces too. I think with coaching, it sounds all fun and games, and it is, and I'm definitely someone who makes it fun, but there is often pieces of us that need to be healed to then be able to receive what we want. Sometimes that's like inner child pieces as well. And then the last stage is receiving. And I don't know about men because they can be different too, but women really struggle to receive. I think men probably do struggle as well, but yeah, like I know when I was younger, back in the day, I was like, I'm a stronger, independent woman. I can do everything on my own. If people had offered to help me, I'd have been like, no, no, like that's a weakness. I'm not going to do it. So yeah, like we have to learn to be able to actually receive the things that we want. And so many people aren't comfortable with even like receiving compliments, receiving a coffee. So that's a journey on its own as well.
Wow, yeah, manifestation is so powerful, and I don't think people realize the benefits and how special it actually is and how much it can influence your life. Now, a lot of people are a bit skeptical about manifestation. They think it's a bit woo-ha, a bit hippie, but it is real, it works. I want you to please tell me so people can actually start believing it. What have you manifested maybe in your life in maybe the last year, 6 months?
I can tell you what I've manifested just in the last 6 months, and you'd be surprised. So I manifested the dream man, which I was not expecting. And I'd say, obviously, there's extra stages, and this is why we have like one-on-one coaching, because you literally cannot put into words everything that you do. But I had to let go of a previous relationship that wasn't serving me to obviously create space for one that was completely aligned. I created the dream man list and put it out there. Wasn't even really looking, because I think trust and surrender is a part of it too. Like I think it's Joe Dispenza says you can have whatever you want, but what you can't control is the how and the when. So yeah, like releasing attachment to it, and this man came into my life that is literally everything I want and more. And I was like, wow, thank you, universe. But also I'm an energetic match for him. I've just manifested this dream house. I've moved in here for the next 5 months in New Zealand while I'm back here. I've got a spiritual woman that I'm living with. And we've got like a meditation room here. We've got lots of space outside, a deck we can sunbathe on. It's in a gorgeous location. Honestly, I didn't even have to really try. I put it out to the universe that I wanted it, and then someone sent me the link to it, messaged the woman, we FaceTimed, it was sorted out. Things happen to me like magic all the time. This year I came back to England and I was like, oh, I want a space to hold some women's circles. I get a message from someone on Instagram saying, hey, I'd met her once. Hey, I've got this amazing new house. I'd love for you to hold women's circles here if you want to. And I was like, what? Like things are just coming to me like magic every single day. Gratitude really like it makes you a powerful manifester. The more grateful you are for what you have right now, the more you'll be able to receive what you want in the future. Gratitude feeling grateful for what you've got right now and doing the things that you love in your life. So you are magnetic when you are doing the things that light you up, when you're having fun, when you're enjoying yourself. So yeah, that's one of my key takeaways to everyone is always have more fun. And then I would say like deeper connection with yourself. So whether that's meditation, whether that's journaling, but actually like creating some time to actually know what you want. Because I think so many people are living life being like, oh, I'm not 100% happy and there's things that are missing, but they're not clear on what you'd like your life to look like. So yeah, get the vision clear, start having fun, and the more authentic you are, the more you're going to like magnetize the things to you. And I know authenticity can sound like a bit of a buzzword, but it really is like feeling safe to like be your weird and wonderful self, because that's when you're gonna find the people and you're gonna find the opportunities. If we're pretending to be the person we think people want us to be, whether it's in the workplace or at home or when you're dating, you're only going to find people who like the person that you're pretending to be, not the real version of you. And there are people who love the real version of you and they want exactly that.
Wow, so I love those tips. They're really helpful. So for the people listening and watching, be more grateful. Get in touch with yourself more. So for like meditation, journaling, be authentic and have more fun. That's really the most
Have more
important one, isn't
fun.
it? Have more
Yes,
fun and enjoy
absolutely
life.
love.
Don't take life too seriously. And yeah, just have as much fun as you can. Now, there's a question I like to ask all my guests, and you are my first guest. So I'm going to ask it to you. And before I ask it, would you mind if I answer the question first? Because I haven't done this before. It's my first time with a guest.
I'd love to hear.
Okay, so the question is, what piece of advice would you give to your 5-year-old self? Now, for me, it is just be honest. Now, when I was well, not 5 years old, but when I was about 10 to about 20, I wasn't honest with others all the time, and I wasn't honest with myself. And being honest with others is so important because you know when you tell a lie, even if it's the smallest white lie in the world, you don't feel good after you've told that lie. There's always that little bit of negative energy that you hold on to. Once you start telling the truth, life just becomes a lot easier. And about 3 years ago, I made a promise to myself, stop lying. Even the tiniest lies, it's not worth it because you're a lot lighter mentally, physically, and you just enjoy life a lot more. And although being honest to others is very important, be honest to yourself. So if you've told yourself you're going to do something, go and do that. Don't break promises to yourself because if you can't trust your own word, how are you going to trust someone else's? And I think that's really, really important. And it's a good way. It ties in with your authenticity as well. Being honest and true to yourself is really important for personal development and growth. So yeah, that's my
Yeah.
that's
And
my
like, I
advice.
think the more true we are to ourselves and the more that we do the things that we've said we're going to do, the more like self love that we feel towards ourselves. As well as like, you can change your mind. There's nothing wrong with saying one thing and then being like, oh, do you know what? I've actually changed my mind now, and then communicating that too. But I love these vulnerable shares because I think a lot of people feel shame in the fact that they've done something like wrong or something they feel like they shouldn't have done. And in reality, we've all done that. We've all done, not been honest all the time or done things
Hmm.
that we're not 100% proud of. So I think the more we speak to these things and tell people like it's okay and also you can change at any time is really amazing.
Yeah, 100%. I'd love to ask you the same question. What advice would you give to your 5-year-old self?
I absolutely love this question. And my answer would definitely be, well, firstly, show myself more love, but also just tell myself that you're perfect exactly as you are. You don't have to be the loudest person in the room. You don't have to
Yeah.
be extroverted. You don't have to try and pretend to be someone you're not. Like, it doesn't matter that you're not like the funniest person there, but you are perfect as you are. It doesn't matter that you're quiet. It doesn't matter that you're sensitive. Just like love yourself for who you are, and yeah, don't try and be anyone else.
Yeah, I love that. That's so important. And they both tie into each other, don't they? Just you are enough and being honest as well. Just like, so not being someone else, pretending to be someone else. You don't need to lie about things to make yourself look better or like more special in some area. Just be yourself and you are enough. And I think that's so important. And a lot of kids can take that away as well, because like you said at school, a lot of people try and pretend to be someone they're not. And that can cause a lot of anxiety, stress, and issues in life. But yeah, I think that's really, really powerful. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Um,
We just
is there
want to
any?
fit
Oh,
in
go
and
on.
like
Yeah.
yeah, we just want to fit in and like be loved. And I do get that a lot of the time we're doing these things because yeah, we feel like we need to, but actually just knowing that you are perfect exactly as you are.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people strive for like greatness. They want to be perfect in every scenario, but it can be quite unhealthy if you're always trying to be the best. And I think just taking one step forward at a time is really important, and just showing up every day as your best version of yourself, and things will start to fall into place. Like things will start happening when you're authentic to yourself, you trust yourself, and you're intuitive. Good things start to come naturally, and they're meant to come.
Definitely.
They're there for you. You just have to take the right actions and they'll start appearing in your life. Just trust the universe.
I would, yeah. Yeah, I would add to that. We don't need to be perfect. I definitely grew up thinking I needed to do everything perfect, or else I wouldn't be successful, or you wouldn't be loved or liked. And I was scared about making mistakes. And just know that mistakes are a part of life. And I actually don't personally think there's anything. There's no such thing as failure. And we're all imperfectly perfect. And I actually love taking messy action now.
Yeah, I love that. That's so important. And yeah, don't take ourselves too seriously. We're too serious nowadays. Like, just have fun, do what you want, and do what makes you feel good all the time. And it sounds really simple, but it's true. Just do things that you love. And
Yeah,
yeah, so
absolutely love that. Thank you so much for having me on the
no
podcast. I've
worries. I've
absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I think, and this feels like we're just FaceTiming each other. It literally just feels like a conversation. I've had such a great time. Do you want to talk a little bit about your challenge you've got?
Yes, I have a manifestation challenge starting on the 1st of November. So, this is a 14-day challenge. You'll be receiving voice note trainings from me on how to get into alignment to be able to receive whatever it is that you desire. So, if you'd love to join us, I'll send the link to Kian to share with you. But it's 14 days, £14. So much magic can happen. So, highly recommend you join us if you feel the call.
I would love. Can I join that? I know it's women's only, but can I join?
You can join. It doesn't have to be women's only. I do mostly work with women, but I'd love to have more men in my spaces.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm definitely going to join that because I've got a couple of things I want to manifest. Yeah, thank you very much for speaking with me. I had a lovely time. I can't wait to come onto your podcast. That will be what, maybe in a few weeks or maybe next week.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, I'm going to put the link to Effie's Instagram and her podcast in the description to this as well. And if you like this episode, you're definitely going to enjoy the next one. So stay tuned for when Effie drops her podcast. And yeah, thank you very much for listening to everyone on Spotify and YouTube. And Effie, I've had a lovely time and it's been great to chat to you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Speak soon. Mwah.
See you later. Thank you everyone for listening to the episode and see you in the next one.